शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। Hari Om, a very blissful Friday morning to every one of you. Welcome to this beautiful, most attractive, the most divine temple which is within our own selves. My loving pranams at the divine lotus feet of my Guru, Papa Swami Ramdas of Anandashram, Kanjangad, Kerala, and my beloved parents. Shruti Smruti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Loka Shankaram. Om Sagana Bhavatu Saganau Bhunaktu Sagaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Having offered our salutations to Adi Shankaracharya and praying through the Shanti mantra of Taittiriya Upanishad and some other Upanishads also, we are praying to the Almighty to give us all the strength and interest to learn this Tattvabodha, digest it, assimilate it and implement it and reach our final destination. In this particular Tattvabodha, Adi Shankaracharya initially talks about Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampanna, the qualifications needed for a sadhaka to understand Tattvabodha and any other Upanishads or what we call as Vedanta. He does not say how you must get this qualification. Adi Shankaracharya assumes that we are all graduates. Only after graduation we go for post-graduation. So he assumes that all of us are qualified. Now it is for us to know whether we have this qualification or not. The four qualifications we know now: Viveka, discrimination; Vairagya, dispassion; Shamadhi Shatka Sampat, discipline; and Mumukshutva, the greatest desire for liberation. Whether we have this or not. Even if we don't have this, at least we have an idea what they all are. What he mean by Viveka, what is Vairagya, all these are known to us. If we analyze ourselves, we may fail, we may not have the qualification, but we have the interest to learn Tattvabodha. So definitely we will be interested in developing these qualifications. In case we don't have, or we have very less qualification. Passing marks 35 only we have not got 80 or 90. So we can bring up these marks. We can analyze our own selves. Where am I going wrong? We have learnt to a certain extent Bhagavad Gita, the meaning of Bhagavad Gita. What is Karma Yoga, Upasana or Bhakti Yoga and Jnana Yoga? Having known this, Karma Yoga, offering everything at his feet, every single activity is offered at his feet, and the result of every action is received with a beautiful smile on the face as Ishwara Prasada Buddhi. Whatever you give me, I accept. No complaints, no cribbing at all, no crying for anything. This is your prasada for me. Why the other? My neighbor has got a different prasada. We need not worry about it. That is his or her karma. This is my karma phala. So I am getting this prasada from him. How can I reject this? So when we go on doing this type of karma yoga, the mind becomes purer and purer. Only in the purest mind, this jnana will dawn. Otherwise, we may theoretically understand, but we will not be able to experience that. So, mind purification is given the highest importance initially. That is why Bhagavan talks about Karma Yoga as the first part of Bhagavad Gita. Then he talks about Upasana Yoga or Bhakti Yoga. Not that one after the other, it can go simultaneously. By doing our pujas, chanting, bhajan, singing, all these. These are needed to strengthen our mind. By performing Karma Yoga, we are purifying the mind. By performing Upasana Yoga or Bhakti Yoga, we are strengthening the mind. The mind becomes stronger and stronger. Otherwise, what happens? We take insurance for so many things. Life insurance policy, LIC. It is for life. Health insurance policy, house insurance policy, vehicle insurance policy, property insurance policy. See, for what all things we are taking insurance policies. Why? If that gets destroyed, at least some close by kith and kin should get some money. Cannot replace the body or the vehicle or so, but at least some money will be given as compensation. We are taking all precautions for all these materialistic things. What about our emotions? In case there is any situation, sorrowful situation, dukkhamaya paristhiti, can we accept it? Do we have an insurance policy for this kind of emotions? We should keep ourselves ready. Otherwise, like Arjuna faced the same situation during this Kurukshetra Mahabharata war. Senayor ubhayor madhye ratham sthapaya mechyuta. He ordered Krishna, park the chariot where in between the two parties. So boldly he said. But having gone there, looking at his own people in both the parties, especially Dronacharya, Bhishma Pitamaha, looking at all of these people, his Gandiva fell down. Body started shivering. Mouth became dry. Why? Not ready to accept such situations, which will create sorrow for him. He said, if I kill all these people, their wives will become widows. What about their children? Who will guide them? Varna Sankara will take place. He imagined all these things. So kept on blabbering and said that, Nakamche Vijayam Krishna, Nacha Rajyam Sukhanicha. I don't want Krishna. I don't want this Rajya. I don't want this victory. I will go to Himalayas. I will take sannyasa. I will do tapas there. That is better than this. Krishna could have simply told him, okay Arjuna, go. Or don't go Arjuna, fight. He could have simply uttered one word, a yes or no. Did he do that? If he had done that, we wouldn't have got this Bhagavad Gita at all. How many shlokas he has explained. He explained about Karma Yoga, Upasana Yoga, Jnana Yoga, all these he explained clearly. And then told Arjuna, now having listened to all these, you take a decision. Krishna has not taken a decision for Arjuna. He tells, you take the decision. Whatever you want to do, you do it. No issue on that. But this is what it is. It is your duty to fight this war. You have not given a call for the war. Call is given by Duryodhana. It is your duty to fight. But if you don't want to fight, okay then. So he gives the knowledge. The answer is not yes or no. Knowledge is given there. See how much of difference it makes when we have the right knowledge at the right time. Only then he was ready to fight, he was ready to accept the situation because he got that knowledge from Krishna. Similarly, if we don't have this kind of insurance policies called knowledge, we will not be able to accept many situations. So it is for us to have this kind of knowledge. This is Tattvabodha is the foundation for all the Upanishads, or we can say that essence of all the Upanishads is given here in a few lines. So it is very important for us to understand this, have this knowledge, so that we lead a happy life. It is not that always life is going to be full of happiness. No. Definitely there will be some situations which are sorrowful. But it is for us to understand how to accept. So this knowledge is like insurance policies for us. So initially he talks about the qualifications. Then he talked about the 3 bodies, 5 layers, 3 sthitis, avasthas. Then he says that Atma is different from all these, Sat, Chit, Ananda. Then he talks about the creation of the universe. Why should we know about Jagat? Is it not sufficient if I know about myself? No, it is not sufficient, because morning till night we are continuously interacting with the world. With this universe we are interacting. All our emotions are based on the interactions with this world. So it is necessary, our Vedanta says that it is necessary for every one of us to understand what this Jagat is. So he says that Maya, which is dependent on this Brahma, Brahma is that pure Chaitanya, Shuddha Chaitanya. Maya is dependent on Brahma. Then 3 gunas are there, Sattva, Raja, Tama. From this Maya, Panchamahabhutas in the subtle form are created. Subtle form means Sukshma Prapancha. Then from these Panchamahabhutas, they have got 3 different gunas. Like Maya, they also have Sattva, Raja and Tama. So from the Sattva portion of each and every Bhuta, Jnanendriyas are created, and the Sattva guna of all the Panchamahabhutas put together in totality, Antakarana, Manasu, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankara, these 4 called as Antakarana or inner instrument. This is created. From the Rajoguna of each and every Mahabhuta, Karmendriyas, that once again it is not the Sthula, it is not the gross Karmendriyas, not the hands or legs, visible hands or legs, no. It is the energy for the hands to work. Hands lift some things. To lift that there is some capacity or energy. It is a creation of that is being done by the Rajoguna of these Panchamahabhutas, and the Rajoguna all put together of all the Mahabhutas, Panchapranas are created. Then creation of the gross body and the gross world. For this, Panchikarana takes place. We have seen the process, how exactly the mixing up takes place. With the help of this kind of mixture, each and every bhuta is a mixture of the other bhutas also. So they are called as tanmatras. From this, our gross body is created. Similarly, gross world is created. So now each one of us have got Karana Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, Sthula Sharira. 3 bodies are there. Similarly, Karana Prapancha, Sukshma Prapancha, Sthula Prapancha. See the similarities. One resembles the other. So we call at the individual level it is called as Vyashti. In totality it is called as Samashti. we can understand three pairs. Karana Prapancha, Karana Sharira. Sukshma Prapancha, Sukshma Sharira. Sthula Prapancha, Sthula Sharira. These are the three pairs which are similar to each other. So he says here that this Pindanda and Brahmanda, they are similar to each other. Then he says, Sthula Sharira Abhimani Jiva Namakam Brahma Pratibhimbam Bhavati. This also we have seen in the last session. Let me explain once again, as some people have messaged that they were not able to understand it clearly. Brahma is the original Chaitanya. We call that as Parabrahma. We call this as Mula Chaitanya or original consciousness. Like how mirror is used. If I stand in front of the mirror, there is a reflection. I, as the original source standing there, there is mirror called medium. In the mirror, there is reflection. So, three parts are here. 3 points to be understood. Original consciousness, medium, reflected consciousness. Just like that example of mirror, our body is the medium. The original consciousness or Brahma is everywhere, Sarva Vyapi, Sat. Sat is present in the past tense, present in present, present in future also. Always continuously existing there. There is no beginning, there is no end. Adi Anta Rahita. Both are not there. Beginningless and endless. So that Brahma or that original consciousness is going to be there everywhere, always, permanently, eternally there. Shashvata. Then this medium. Medium is not always existing. If I keep a mirror, then there is a reflection also. So wherever there is a body like this, then there is a reflection in this bimba. So that Brahma Pratibimba is called as Jiva. Jiva Namakam. There is a Namakarana being done to this Pratibimba. Whose Pratibimba? Brahma's Pratibimba in this particular body is called as Jivatma. So 3 points to be remembered. 3 portions to be there, which are there in each and every individual, whichever living being it is. One is the original consciousness, which we call as Brahma Bimba. Second one is the medium, the body. And the third one is the reflection, Pratibimba in this body. Then we may question why a Pratibimba is not there in a book or a glass or a computer or any other inert objects that we see. To make this understandable, if I stand in front of the mirror, my reflection is visible. If I stand in front of a wooden door, do I see my reflection? No. Why? That wood design is like that. Mirror is designed like this, wood is designed like this. In the same way, this body, human body or animal body or plant body is designed for reflection. So reflection is there, Jivatma is available here, which makes this inert body alive. I am able to understand that I am speaking. I am. That awareness is there in me because of that Pratibimba in my body, which is inert. Body is inert. Otherwise, body is inert. Now it is alive. Body, I am speaking, lifting my hands, listening, seeing. All these are possible because of that Brahma Pratibimba which is there in the body. Here he says, similarly you have Pratibimba on this universe also. Like how you have Karana Sharira, you have Karana Prapancha. Name given to this Karana Prapancha in our Vedanta is Maya. Just like Karana Sharira, there is Karana Prapancha. What does Karana Sharira have? It has Sukshma Sharira and Sthula Sharira in potential form, unmanifest form. Exactly same way, Karana Prapancha or Maya has got Sukshma Prapancha, the subtle universe, and Sthula Prapancha, the gross universe, in potential form or unmanifest form in Karana Prapancha. So here he says, Avidyopadhi san Atma Jiva iti uchyate. Avidya. Avidya is another name for Karana Sharira. When Karana Sharira is the medium, that pratibimba or reflection, reflected consciousness is called as Atma or Jivatma. Mayopadhi san Ishwara iti uchyate. The same Brahma pratibimba which is there on this Karana Prapancha or Maya, that pratibimba is given the name as Ishwara. That's all the difference is. You can think of each one of us as a dot in this universe. There is a dot. Each one of us is one dot. And the whole universe is another one. Big universe, we are small dots. So in this dot, there is one Atma called Jivatma. In the same way, there is a reflected consciousness in the universe which is given the name as Ishvara. Now here, in our individual bodies, this reflection varies. Human body, reflection is clear. Animal body, reflection is not that clear. Plant body, reflection is very, very dull. Because the design of that body is like that. That is why we are aware of everything. Animals, they are not able to speak. All the karmendriyas are not that well developed. Tongue is not that well developed. We are able to speak in so many languages. Variety of words we are able to speak. Dog can make only one kind of sound. Each animal for that matter. And what about the plants? Even less. They are not able to move. But they are aware of the surroundings. They are bending towards sunlight. But the awareness is less. Even the small bacteria, that also has got Brahma Pratibimba. But that reflection is very, very dull. So this way there is gradation from one body to another body, or kinds of. Human body is different, animal body is different, plant body is different. This is one kind of gradation. Then within human bodies, again there is difference. In one human body, reflection may be very, very clear, a jnani, very clear. Like how you go for buying the mirrors. You see some mirrors, wow, so beautiful reflection. You can make out how many pimples are there on your body, where marks are there. Everything is clearly visible in this mirror. In some other mirrors, they are good, but the image is not, the reflection is not that clear. And in some other, the concave mirrors, convex mirrors, in some places you see all these kind of mirrors. You see big, long, your face looks very long like this. In some you look very fat, isn't it? My grandchildren call me up video call and they make that effects. The face becomes like this and all. They are very happy doing all those. See, the reflections vary even though the original source is the same. There is no change in the source. But the reflection, it depends on the medium, type of medium, quality of medium. In each one of us, that reflection keeps on going up and down. When we are sleeping, this reflection is very, very dull. when we are listening to Tattvabodha, the reflection is very clear because we have to listen to it carefully. I have to speak carefully. I should not make mistakes. It is very alert or clear. So like this, there is change in the medium. Whenever there is change in the medium, there is change in the reflection also. This must be clearly understood by all of us. This reflection is dependent on the medium. To give example of pots, pot filled with water, 10 pots if I keep, there is a reflection of sun. How many reflections are there? 10 pots are there, all are filled with water, 10 reflections are there. In one pot, water is very pure. So in this pot, reflection also is very, very clear. In another pot, the water is very muddy, dirty water. Reflection is there, but not clearly visible. Very, very dull reflection. What does this represent? Pure water, dirty or muddy water, what does it represent? Our mind. If we have pure mind, reflection is very, very clear. Holy thoughts, divine thoughts, selfless thoughts. Reflection is clear. You always have some or the other stupid thoughts about everybody, all negative thoughts. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, all these are there with the full strength. If it is there, then it is like muddy water. Reflection is not at all clear. It is there, but it is not at all clear. So like this, the reflected consciousness or Atma, Jivatma is dependent on the type of medium. First and foremost is what kind of body. Then the highest is human body. In this human body also there are lot of variations. Each one of us is different from the other. Not only that, within the same body also it keeps on fluctuating. Up and down. While sleeping, very less. Listening to Tattvabodha, high level. So like this, there is gradation and fluctuation in this reflected consciousness or Jivatma. So here he says, Evam upadi bedat jiveshwara beda drishti yavat paryantam tishtati tavat paryantam janma maranadi rupa samsaro na nivartate. So he says, the difference is there in the medium, in this upadi bheda. Upadi is the medium here. There is bheda, difference in medium, not in the original source. Original source remains the same without any change because it is nirguna, nirakara, nirvikara. There is nirvikara is absolutely no change at all. Any time you see it is the same. Nirguna, no guna at all. No attribute, no quality at all. Nirakara, no shape at all. No akara at all. What shape is there to the sky? What shape is there to the light? Similarly, no shape at all. That is why we say nirakara. Nirvikara is no change at all. Vikara means change. Nirvikara is no change at all. Change is there in the medium. So because of the change in the medium, there is change in the reflection. So he says, upadi bheda. There is change in difference in the medium or the bodies. Jiveshwara bheda drishtihi. Because of this, you feel that Jiva and Ishwara are different. Yavat paryantam tishtati. Till how long are you going to say that Ishwara is different from me? Or I am different from Ishwara. I am different from this Jagat. Jiva is different. Jagat is different. Ishwara is different. If we have this kind of thought, Then he says, till then, Janma Maranadi Rupa Samsaro na nivartate. You cannot get out of this. Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani, Jatare Shayanam, Chakra Vyuha. You cannot get out of this. That means, when we get to understand that I am not different from God, I am also God, Aham Brahmasmi. If at all we get to this level, only then there is no birth again. Till then, keep on coming, transmigrate from one body to another body. We must remember here that the acquiring of punya or papa, both are there only in human body. Animals, plants do not have this. They cannot gain punya or papa. Only humans. This must be clearly understood. So this is the best body that we have got now. We can collect papa or we can collect punya. It depends on our attitude behind the activities, not even the actual activity. What is the attitude behind these activities? That makes us gain punya or papa. I may be constructing a temple. What is the motive? I should make more money. People should say, Jyoti has constructed a big, beautiful temple. How nice she is. They all should give me certificate. If with this attitude I construct a temple, I may not be able to gain any punya. Whereas I may be doing a menial job, a very, very silly work also. But still, if I feel that it is for the society, for the good of the society, I offer it to Krishna. With this attitude, if I do this activity, I can gain definitely punya. So it is only in the human body that we can acquire either punya or papa, which we are going to learn in the next the week after the next, about the phala, karma phalas. What are the sanchita, prarabdha, agami, what are they? That is the last topic of Tattvabodha. So this human birth we have got, we must utilize this to gain this kind of knowledge. That is why understanding of Tattvabodha is extremely important for all of us. So he says here, do you still have this difference that I am different from Ishwara? We can theoretically understand. Oh, Shankaracharya says I am Brahmasmi, I can also say I am Brahmasmi. That will not do. We have to perform karma yoga, upasana yoga or bhakti yoga, and then slowly, little by little gain knowledge. Only then it is possible. It is not the theoretical knowledge that is important here. We must theoretically understand, assimilate it, implement it. Nididhyasana. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana is extremely important. If at all we have not reached that level, not to feel bad. Keep on doing karma yoga and bhakti yoga. Keep on chanting. Keep singing bhajans. Chant Vishnu Sahasranama, Lalita Sahasranama, whatever gives us that peace of mind and happiness and joy. Keep doing that. Slowly the mind becomes purer and stronger. This kind of mind, slowly it enters and stays here. Otherwise we may understand. Nothing stays here. As we go further, it will stay here. But I am not able to use it when it is needed. I know that I should not cry when something happens. Something negative, seemingly negative happens. I should not be perturbed. I should not be disturbed. Theoretically I know. But when actually it happens, I am disturbed. That means karma yoga, upasana yoga is not sufficient. So we must keep on. Come back to this. Keep on doing this till we reach this level. So he says it is the difference is basically only in the medium. Try to understand this, he says. Tasmat karanat na jiveshwarayor veda buddhihi swikarya. So don't accept. Don't accept at all that you both are different. Then, now the student gets a doubt. How can we say Jivatma equals to Paramatma or Ishvara? So he says Nanu. But, Nanu means but. Sahankarasya kinchidnyasya jivasya. Jiva is with the ahankara. Sa ahankara. Don't we have? I know a little bit of Tattvabodha. I feel wow. I know Tattvabodha. My friends don't even know that Tattvabodha exists. Chhi, how poor they are. Little bit of knowledge, we get this pride. So he says, Sa ahankarasya. Every jivatma has got ahankara. Then kinchidnyasya. Wow, how much knowledge do we have? Little bit of knowledge. Even if you have done some PhD in mathematics, you know only in that field. You are an expert in your field. What about the rest of the fields? So many variety of fields are there. We are not even aware of many of them. So kinchidnyasya, little bit of knowledge, jivasya. Jiva has got ahankara and very little knowledge. Nirahankarasya sarvajnasya ishvarasya. How is Ishvara? Ishvara is no ahankara. There is absolutely no ego at all. Then sarvajnasya. He knows everything. That kind of Ishvara, tat tvam asi iti, tat tvam asi. Hey Jivatma, you are that. That means which one? That Paramatma. How can you say this? Mahavakya, Tattvamasi, Tat Tvam Asi. Tat means that. Tvam means you. Asi means you are. How can you say Jivatma is equal to Paramatma? Anywhere we come across this kind of equation where Jivatma equals Paramatma, such lines, sentences are called as Mahavakyas. There are many such Mahavakyas in different Upanishads. Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahma. Jivatma equals Paramatma. This is another Mahavakya. So when we learn about Upanishads, we will see the different Mahavakyas. So he says, Tattvamasi Mahavakya. How is it possible? Katham abheda buddhihi syat ubhayoho viruddha dharma krantatvat. They both are having opposite things. One is Alpajna, the other one is Sarvajna. One doesn't have ahankara, one has ahankara. But still, how can you say that? These both are equal. So, like how we get the doubt, the student over there who is representing us, he is also getting a doubt. Now the Guru answers, Iti chet, if you question like this, na, there is no difference at all. I will tell you how. So he says, Sthula Sukshma Sharira Abhimani Tvam Padavachyartaha. In Tat Tvam Asi, Tvam means you. So he says, Sthula Sukshma Sharira Abhimani. You are identifying yourselves with the Sthula Sukshma Shariras. That Tvam means yes, that one only. Body only. But that is the superficial meaning of the word. Tvam means you. Superficial meaning is either the gross body or the subtle body. That is how we speak. Today I am not well. I cannot take class. What happened? Fever. Who has got fever? Body has fever. So we say, I have fever. That means I is representing the body. I am very sad. Who is sad? Body cannot be sad. How can the body be sad? It is the mind which is sad. Mind is a part of Sukshma Sharira. So I am saying Sukshma Sharira now. I am not able to understand at all. What is that I? The intelligence or intellect. That means Buddhi. Buddhi is also part of Sukshma Sharira. That means now I am referring to Sukshma Sharira when I am saying I. Either body, Sthula Sharira, gross body, or subtle body, we keep on referring. Because we are Abhimani of Sthula and Sukshma Sharira. That means we identify ourselves with this gross body, or at the most subtle body, not beyond that. Then he says, Upadhi vinirmuktam samadhi dasha sampannam shuddham chaitanyam tvam pada lakshyartaha. What is the actual meaning of that tvam? It is not the gross body or the subtle body. Upadhi vinirmukta, there is no medium at all. Upadhi is the medium here. Upadhi vinirmukta, without the media, which is Shuddha Chaitanya. Samadhi Dasha Sampannam Shuddha Chaitanyam. That is the actual meaning. When you say Tat Tvam Asi, you are that. In that Tvam is that Shuddha Chaitanya. We have three choices to identify ourselves with. First one is our medium. Three bodies are there. All the three bodies put together, we will call it as one body. So we have the body here. One choice. Second choice is the Jivatma, the reflected consciousness which is existing in this body. This is the second choice. And the third choice is that source, original consciousness, or Brahma Chaitanya, Shuddha Chaitanya, Moola Chaitanya, whatever name we give, that is also there. Three things are there for us. Which one do we want to identify ourselves with? If I want to identify myself with the body, then I must understand some of the shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, Sankhya Yoga. Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya. Krishna says that just like how you change your dresses, you are changing these bodies. Today you are in this body. After a few years, or we don't know when exactly, when the prarabdha karma becomes zero, this body will be destroyed. Whether we like it or not, it will be destroyed. And you have to leave this body. Then he says, Agama apayino nitya tam titikshasva bharata. Agama apayina. Coming, going. This body comes, this body goes, then another body comes, that body also goes. So like this, it goes on continuously. Jatasya dhruvo mrityu dhruvam janma mritasya cha. Once you are born, then mrityu is guaranteed, death is guaranteed. Once you die, again janma, again birth is guaranteed unless you attain moksha. So when we know that this is not permanent, it is not eternal, only for a few years it is there. How much of attachment we have for this body, which is temporary, like a rented house. How much of attachment do we have to that house? Should we have to that house? We should have attachment to our own house, not to the rented houses, isn't it? We don't have that kind of attachment. This is also a rented body. How much of attachment should we have for this? Not that we should not take care. We should definitely take care. Because with the help of this body only we can understand Tattvabodha. A dog is not attending the Tattvabodha class. I have been gifted by God with this human body. It is for me to use this as a good instrument, a good vehicle. I should be able to travel in this field path of spirituality. I should progress further. For that sake, I should take good care of the body, but not to have attachment to the body, not to pamper the body. Body will keep on asking, Jyoti, eat this, take this, that is very tasty, isn't it? So, Vedanta warns us, take care of the body, but don't pamper the body. Use it, utilize it properly. This is only temporary body. You will get another kind of body. In the next birth, you are going to get another type of body. Which one? No guarantee that we are going to be humans again. We may be born as any animals also, depending on our karma. Whatever karma phala we have stored, based on that, we may be born as a plant also. Now it is for us to understand, how can I collect more and more punyas? Later that also should be dropped, but initially at least it should be there. So, we can understand that, at least theoretically, I am not this body. What about the subtle body? This also we have already learnt, Sukshma Sharira. This has got, takes birth at the time of Srishti. That also gets destroyed at the time of Pralaya. We go back to the Karana Sharira. From Karana Sharira again we come back during the next Srishti. So that also is temporary. Maybe for many more years. But that is also not permanent. The thing which is permanent is only one. That Brahma is permanent. That also is there here. So three portions, three parts are there. Which one should we identify ourselves with? What should we identify ourselves with? This one question. What are we identifying ourselves with? This is the next question. Why am I here? Who am I? Where did I come from? Where am I going? What am I doing? Isn't it? These questions we should pose to ourselves. Otherwise, if we identify ourselves with the body, that is the subtle body or the gross body, samsara is once again back. We have to be in this samsara. Samsara does not mean only the family. Please don't think that only grihasthashramis have samsara. Even sannyasis have samsara. What is that samsara here? Here samsara is that kind of insecurity or fear which comes because of insecurity. All of us are scared of something or the other. Maybe some animals, some situation, some objects, some people. And especially about becoming old age, all kinds of diseases, death. All of us are scared. The highest bhaya is of death. Why? Because we don't have the proper knowledge of who I am. When we identify ourselves with the body, we have this kind of insecurity and fear. This is samsara. If we want to come out of this, then there is only one way to escape. That is, identify ourselves with that Shuddha Chaitanya. So he says here, Upadi vinirmuktam samadhidasha sampannam shuddham chaitanyam tvam pada lakshartaha. Superficial meaning is your gross body or subtle body, but the inner meaning is that Shuddha Chaitanya. When we say tvam, it means not you as body, but you as that Shuddha Chaitanya. Then, evam sarvajnatvadi vishishta ishvaraha Tattvabodha vachyartaha. Tat means which one? So he says, sarvajnatvadi vishishta ishvaraha. Not this simply Ishwara. It is sarvajna. That is vachyartha. Only the word is Ishwara. Who is that Ishwara? Sarvajna, Sarvaguna. We do all this Ashtotra Shatanamavali. Isn't it? You are this guna, you are so compassionate, this, that and all. We offer prayers. That is, he says, it is only the word. Word meaning is that Sarvajna Ishvara. Again, Upadhi Shunyam Shuddha Chaitanyam tat pada lakshartaha. When we say tat tvam asi, that tat is actually that Shuddha Chaitanya, not even this Ishwara. Because what is Ishwara? Reflected consciousness on this Maya or the universe. That is Ishwara. Jivatma is reflected consciousness on a small body. Ishvara is reflected consciousness on this whole universe or Brahmanda. So he says, when I say Tat Tvam Asi, Tvam means not your body, either the gross body or subtle body or Karana Sharira. No, I am talking about that Shuddha Chaitanya. In the same way, when I say that Tat or Ishvara, this Ishvara word means, okay, which is the reflected consciousness of this Maya, but actually inner meaning is that is also the Brahma Chaitanya only. Now you tell me, this Tvam also is Shuddha Chaitanya, Tat also is Shuddha Chaitanya, so they are equal. What is wrong in saying yes, Tat Tvam Asi? We should be able to understand this. So the example of ocean is always given in Vedanta also. Ocean has got lot of waves. Every now and then there are waves. That is why we go to the beach to see beautiful waves. Some are small, some are very high tides. Some come up to the place where we are standing. Some don't even come up to that place. If at all the wave had some feeling and able to speak, then the small wave would say, oh, I am very small. I am going only up till here. Look at that wave. That's such a big wave. Oh, it is going so far away, living for longer time. This will be the feeling of different waves. The big wave will think, aha, I am a very big wave. Look at that, this is a small wave. Like this, the waves may think, if at all they had that kind of feeling. If at all they say that, then what will we say? So what? So what if you are small? So what if you are big? Finally you are water only. You are not different from water. So from the perspective of this water, if you see, small wave, big wave, everything is same. No difference at all. From the angle of this wave, if you see, small wave, big wave, lot of differences there. So our perspective, we should be able to change our perspective. Instead of looking at the angle from the waves, we should look at the perspective from the base of this water. What is that water for us here? Water is that Shuddha Chaitanya. Waves. Our different kind of bodies are waves. So, how we identify ourselves? Swami Chinmayananda says that this body is dashing from womb to tomb. W-O-M-B, womb, garbha, to tomb. Tomb is samadhi. Every time you come, stay in the womb for some time, stay in the world for some time, go back to the tomb. Again, come back. So this is what we have been doing. Then, he also says that there is an event in athletics called pole vault. You use the pole, run along with the pole and keep the pole on the ground, and using this pole, go to the high level and cross that bar and jump to the other side. Once you cross, you don't need this pole anymore. You simply throw the pole and jump to the other side. In the same way, till we reach that level, we need to have this Dvaita Bhava. You are different from me, or I am different from Bhagavan. Dasoham. I am the Dasa of you. You are my master I am your dasa or slave. So dasoham bhava, this kind of attitude should be there. And once we reach that level, instead of dasoham, it becomes soham. Saha aham. I am that. I am him. I am he only. No difference at all. So initially, dasoham bhava should be there. Bhagavan, you are superior. I am your slave. All kind of puja, everything should be done with 100% Shraddha and devotion. And we are using this attitude to reach the higher and higher level. Once we reach that level, then we become one with him. Like how the river joins the ocean. River becomes a part of the ocean. You cannot discriminate. Oh, this is Ganga joining here, the ocean. This is Yamuna. You cannot differentiate. You cannot discriminate. Because that river water has become the ocean water, or one with the river has become one with the ocean. In the same way, when we start changing our perspective, at least for a fraction of a second in a day, let us keep thinking that I am not this gross body. I am not the subtle body. I don't even know that there is a causal body I cannot experience. But Vedanta says that there is a causal body. I am not that causal body also. Then the second point is, I am not that reflection also. I am not that Jivatma also. But I am that original consciousness which is existing everywhere, always, without any changes. So he says here, Tat is Shuddha Chaitanya. Tvam is Shuddha Chaitanya. Then Evam cha Jiveshwarayoho Chaitanya Rupena Abhede Badhaka Abhavaha. So in this way, there is no difference between you and that. Tat Tvam Asi, you are that. That Mahavakya is explained by Adi Shankaracharya in this way. This is the central theme of Tattvabodha as well as any other Upanishads. So the gist of every Upanishad is only this much. To come to this particular level or point, so many paraphernalia, so many other things are being used. That's all. So Shankaracharya has given the essence of Upanishad in this way in Tattvabodha. Even if we are able to understand theoretically, it may be difficult to digest it. How can I say I am Paramatma? I am different. I am small. He is so big. His body is the whole universe. Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga we have seen in 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. I am so small. How can I say? Yes, if we are not able to digest it, that means we are not ready for this. Not yet ready means qualifications. We have to improve our qualifications. Like how we fail in the entrance. People take long term course again. In 12th standard they do that. They write the entrance. If they have not got the college that they wanted, they again take up the same course again and again till they get that particular seat in that particular college. In the same way, even for us it is the same concept here. Yes, keep on trying to improve our qualifications. As the qualifications improve, this knowledge also, same knowledge is the same. But that seems to be different for us. When we read Bhagavad Gita also, first time you read, you understand in one way. Next, you are slightly more matured. When you read it second time, of course, not just reading, I am not talking about the chanting part of it, understanding part of it. if at all you go through in depth. Then, because the mind is more matured, understanding also varies. In the same way here, as we mature, here mature in the sense more and more qualifications, understanding also becomes better and better. So let us all try to simply sit. Let us not call it as a big meditation or anything. Just for a few seconds, think, am I this body? Am I this mind? Am I this intellect? Am I the sense organs? So just keep on thinking about this. Then what am I? That is why we say asatoma sadgamaya. From asat, all these are asat. Sense organs are asat. Asat means temporary, not existing always. Sense organs are temporary. Subtle body is temporary. Manas, we can make out manas is temporary. Now it is happy, after some time it is sad, that means it is temporary. Similarly, buddhi. This body, okay, we may not see our death of our own selves, but we have seen people dying. Gatasuna gatasumscha nanu shochanti panditaha. Krishna starts his bodhana with this particular shloka. Some have gone, Arjuna, some are in the process of going. They are also going. Nobody is permanent here. Nobody stays here permanently. Everybody has to go back. So knowing this also is temporary. But I am chanting asatoma, sadgamaya, tamasoma, jyotirgamaya, mrityorma, amritamgamaya. Every day I chant. What does it mean? Make my perspective change from asat to sat. Give me this kind of knowledge. Take me from tamas. Tamas is darkness. From darkness to jyoti or jnana. That knowledge, give me this kind of knowledge. By acquiring this knowledge, I understand that I am birthless and deathless. Mrityorma amrita. I become amrita. No death for me. Death for the body is there. Death for the subtle body is there. Death for the karana body is there. But death for me is not there when we identify ourselves with that Brahma Chaitanya. So let us all use this pole of Namasmarana and reach that level. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. 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 Om Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu.